Let's
Hello,
see.
everyone. Welcome to the group. We're back on live again tonight, and Tommy's joining us from Summit and Swave. Hi there, Tommy.
Hi there, Sajid. Thank you for the invite and trying to do a bit of a explaining of myself and company.
Yeah, let's go through. Let's start with you. You've been involved in the industry for a long time now, so tell us your background, Tommy.
Yes, how I actually started, and I actually worked in the main dealership of
Mhm.
Volkswagen. Funny though, is German cars, but getting into interest in doing in the dealership for the past 6 years when I was a really young, then a trainee in parts
Uh-huh.
department, and then becoming now interested by doing a lot of aftermarket Japanese products, and lots of my customers and friends they say, Tom, you know there's lots of factories and that. How come you don't do aftermarket performance parts? And then
Yeah.
that's where I established myself and doing aftermarket Hondas mainly before when I
Okay.
first started. Is as a performance and a company that I opened. It was Info Auto Limited. So I don't know if people knows it in 2001, and
I
that was
remember. I remember the
yeah
company back then. Yes.
2001 onwards until to 2005. Then I established becoming a distributor for Swave and Summit
Hmm.
UK. So that's
Okay.
a brand and a product that we bring in from the factory in Taiwan that we work with now
Uh-huh.
together for the past from since 2005 to now to present.
Okay. So the main factories in Taiwan.
Correct. The main issue and the main factory does majority of all our products is in Taiwan, and
Okay.
obviously we work with the boss. And become in 2013, the boss wanted to join in the England group to become
Hmm.
a business partner. So then
Okay.
that was the agreement is we're becoming a shareholder together. So
All
now
right.
I really 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 strong and just doing Swave and Summit, and left
Okay.
out my old company Info Auto. But my
Uh-huh.
Info Auto company still has a lot of old stock.
No worries. So you now run Swave and Summit. You're the key distributor for UK and Europe.
Correct. Yes, we are.
Okay, good, good. Tommy, we've got a few people joining us. People
Yeah.
saying hello.
Hi.
We've got Stuart. Hi, Stuart. Thank you for joining us. Stuart's a local rally driver, and he's been
That's
following
cool.
some of the chats we've been having. So
Yeah.
I know in the chat you're going to talk us through sort of track-based products,
Yeah.
road products.
Yeah.
Rallies are slightly different thing where they can really punish the
Correct.
car. So it's a different field altogether.
That's right.
Um, okay, so you've been involved in the industry. I know we've met up at lots of trade shows, and part
Yeah.
of this group, Tommy, as we've been discussing, is there's not going to be trade shows this year. I think people are going to
Correct.
struggle to interact between yourself and at the end of the day, the end user or the customers or the dealers. So we're trying to bridge that gap with this group and invite you to talk
Right.
directly and explain to people what you do, your products, the
Mm.
quality, some of the background, and so on. So over to you. Tell us a bit about the products.
Right. Okay. So basically, what we mainly do is the product of chassis bracing for handling. So
Hmm.
that's one of the type of the product that we do. And I'm going to do a demonstration and showing you the product or how it's actually made, and
Yeah.
some other brand that does not belongs to us. Like example from eBay, a lot of company buys from different brands and different
Yeah.
prices. The price structure is the main thing of a lot of other people that they don't know that's what they're
Hmm.
buying as well. And then the other product that we're doing is mainly motorsport suspension arms as well.
Hmm.
That Swave made and made in aluminium, forged aluminium products.
Hmm.
And some are aftermarket one-off product that is made from the factory only to race teams that we obviously some of them we're not allowed to show or tell who are we doing, but there
Yeah.
is one major company that we know that tests lots of our products in the UK, based in
Yeah.
Essex, and the company name is MacTech Motorsport. But
Okay.
same again, they are really 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 helpful, and we've been involved with them with lots of certain
Yeah, no,
things.
I've seen a lot of cars on, we've been out track and so on, a lot of time attack, especially in Scotland, I think, and
Yes,
over in England as well, are using your products. So they're very popular. I think the Civic Cup group also
that's right.
use your
There,
products.
yes, there is some of the Civic Cup groups that I will show you the arms of the materials and the rest. And obviously some of the time attack cars, that was example, Adrian Smith that runs Friend Sport. And there
Hmm.
is obviously the Civic Cup is the people who runs SW Motorsport. They make
Yeah.
all roll cages, but they're the people who actually owns the series. And
Okay.
it's only 2 years ago we was involved with them a little bit of the stuff. So in other words,
Yeah.
we supply to them, then they just supply to all the Civic Cup guys.
So they're well proven and tested products. That's the key thing that I think is good to
Yes,
know.
correct. That is something that I get the feedback from obviously from you and from your customers as well, Sarge, and well as like the people that we've been dealing with. The good thing is the product, and for us, we're not like a big branch out to everybody. We're just like quite a small little community that we work with. Example, with like around about 20 dealers, and that's it.
Yeah.
Not everyone as a dealer wants to come as a dealer, and we're just trying to stop them because at the end of the day, we're trying to make the prices fair, and nobody's actually budging. Oh, I'm going to cut 10% off from the other guy and that. So we're trying to keep everybody in the market, so everybody can earn their own stuff, and then they agree in that side. So like,
and I guess the few people you have, you've got key experts in those particular fields, particular types of car, so they can promote your product properly. I've got one question coming in here, Tommy, which I'll bring up on screen. Stuart's asking us about lightening and strengthening parts of his car. So maybe when you cover the products, you explain about if some of them are light and how they add strength. I've got another message. Shahina saying, hello, Tommy.
Hi.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to cover through the products.
Okay.
And
Let me
explain them.
Right. Yeah. Let me start with the hi, Andrew. Is it Andrew? Your
Stuart's asking about the lighting products.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. It's Stuart. Right. Hi, Stuart. To lighten the car, if it's a rally car, or if it doesn't need chassis braces, but what happens is some people do actually put the front and the rear to stabilize the suspension tower. So another word is, now I'm going to show you our chassis brace product now of the demonstration of the raw material. So what is, we've got display box. That's for all our dealers. Only dealers gets it. So all the dealers will get it. So you can see the brace inside is not hollow. It's got 3 layers of tubing inside of the aluminium forge, and it's aerospace. It's actually aerospace material. So I'm going to show you individually one by one so you can see it, and then I'm going to show you the aftermarket where people buy eBay stuff. Right. So this is the bracket of the bar where it fits onto. So this bracket is actually made from forge. So this is a forge. Everyone you press. Sorry. So everyone you press out, and it's different size, different length. So obviously this is just an example of one of them.
So this is the end of the strap brace where it mounts onto the bracket.
This is the end of the bar where the brace goes onto. So another word is, so this is the end. So the bar itself, this is the actual bar material.
Yeah.
So you can see that. Sorry. And then the bar is like this. So it's got 3 layers in it. So that will turn this way. So where this bar goes on, hold on. Okay, where this bar goes on, this bit will go like this, but where this bit is, there's a cutout, there's a hole, and that goes inside it, and then they will weld the unit. But this is the part of the strength of the middle of the bar, but the whole idea of the bracket is the main jigsaw puzzle of the actual, the strut brace bracket. Now, that's the strut brace bracket. So this bracket is the actual main strut brace. So this is actually made from a jig. And then when you're going to see the difference of another brand from another companies, whatever, in eBay, then you know exactly why the Summit and Swave sachet bars are extremely strong. So if you can see, imagine the little holes here. You see the little hole? So that's the jig. So that jig will go in. So where this ends, that goes in, there's a little platform that goes inside the actual plate where this point is. Sorry, this point.
Okay, so they look very strong. I think the key message: all these tubes are reinforced inside. I know we've seen other products where they're hollow, so that adds a lot of strength.
Yes, we do actually have it. So you got another type of bracket, so you can see, another type of bracket as well. Same again on here. So you can see the little hole. And then obviously every single car towels are different. So they're made with a cap. So it locks it in. So that's an example. And then this color, the black one, is a special edition, only for special orders, for custom.
Yeah, because normally most of your products are always bright orange color.
Yes, correct. But I'm actually trying to change the bracket in black now. It's more settled. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you of all the other type of bar materials.
Okay.
Okay. So everybody can see that. So this one is a type B. So this is a type B material. Sorry. Okay. So that's a type B, because every chassis bars are different. And this one's a type D. So it's like an oval shape.
So people get a choice of either a flat bar or an oval,
correct.
So different shapes.
It's depending. It's depending on the way. And this is a type W. So it's a more thicker bar. It's depending on the engine hood and the layout of the engine, how it actually shuts. And the last one is the one is called a round brace. So you can see the round brace is like that as well.
Okay.
And then now I will show you. Yeah. So that's done. So what we do is we will show you. Obviously, a lot of people will say to me, "Oh, that is only a little cutout," but I don't think that's the actual real bar. So what we're going to do with demonstration showing you of the whole complete bar. So that's a whole complete bar like this, so they can see it by showing it. So that's a B for example.
And that's still a lightweight bar, isn't it, Tommy?
Yes, it's like a lightweight material. Same again. So that's that one, and that's a W.
Yeah. And
that's how they make it. So another word is where we go back to the bars and the brackets of other makes. So I will show you a make just on eBay of an example of other make of bars. So you can see this is like mild steel hollow. So everybody, so a lot of people doesn't realize, and it will flex. And same again with the actual bracket. Now the actual bracket where you see, so they don't actually have a jig or a mold where it goes into how one is. So what they do is they just weld it. They just weld straight onto the bracket, so it makes it flex a lot. So that probably works out as like 10% to a normal strut.
That's quite interesting. That's a lot of detail, but it's interesting how they're constructed. So they're jointed and they're inset and then welded rather than welded face to face. So it makes a big difference.
Basically face to face. Then obviously you've got the normal aluminium type as well. So you can see this is another eBay one. So obviously I think a lot of people do know this one anyway. So they can see how thin this is as well, and you can see how weak point. So this is just showing you of the brackets, how they made.
All right, so that's important, so people can understand, the difference in the quality. Obviously, the difference in price, but I guess it's very simple. You get what you pay for in this business.
Yes, correct. That's what we try and do. Educate a lot of the guys. Is like you pay gold, you get gold. You're gonna pay peanuts, you're gonna get peanuts. And at the end of the day, but it's just like we do have a lot of questions and exactly the same thing going on, exactly the same way and explaining, and then we would come to like example of like suspensions. Just say suspension arm. Just a simple question about suspension arm. Same again, like a tow arm from eBay again. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you an eBay one, and I'm going to show you of the one that what we make out of.
Yeah.
So this is one of the eBay one that people can buy, so they can see it. Okay. So what the difference is with example, this is a Honda Civic from eBay. So that's one of them. And then this one is probably what this one is for, Sarge.
Yes.
So this is the camber arm. Same again. The difference is from the eBay type, so they can see on the end here where the actual joint. So it joins here, and inside of here is nothing. So what it does is it will flex a lot, and if it goes on a really strong horsepower vehicle, it will crack and break it. So now I'm going to show you what's the difference with the Summit and the Swave one. So now the Summit and the Swave one, the arms itself is forged aluminium, the center bit. The end bit, it is solid carbon steel, and then if you can see there's an end cap. So there's an end caps going in with the rolls at this way. Let me judge it.
So again, they're cut and inset.
Yes, it's like an insert. There's an insert in it, so they can see Sorry, just let me wind this down. Right. So you can see the insert part here. It's
Okay,
a round, big round thing. It's like two cap joined together, and then the thread goes all the way through. So obviously that will make it extremely small. And also, there's good thing about it is we don't use polythene bushes. We use like rubber hardened bushes for road and track they use. Because you can imagine a lot of people want to put it on a car so they can still have a comfortable ride and also have fun in the car on track days. So it's strong, but it's different to polythene bushes. Obviously, polythene bushes.
In fact, I think there's a question here or comment from Stuart asking because for rally use, these would be too weak, and it's important because the products are built for a purpose, and we're talking about fast road, circuit, that sort of thing. Rallying is a different market altogether.
Correct. Yes, rallying. I will show you something that's different to a rallying one that we do as well. So for the rallying one, just to give an example. Right. So this is for GD86 rally car. So this is the bushing is purely for pullable. So it's a pullable, no flex, no movement. But the pullable, some pullable can last for 2 seasons. Some of them can last 1 season. It's depending how hardcore it's going to go on to what type of a road. And then we've got another type as well that goes by.
Actually, while you're on that subject, so you mentioned you got this rose jointed pillar ball there.
Yeah.
There's a question here: do you do them with poly bushes? Can you explain all the different bushes that you do or options that we have with products?
The options of the bushes that we do, we've got 3 type of bushes. So we got the normal ordinary rubber bush upgrade by 35, maximum 35%, like an OEM bush, but it's 35%. And then you got the pillable bush. So pillable bush is a solid bush. It's like similar to a rose joint bush, but the rose joint bush we do have. But majority of the product we sell in the market, a lot is all to do with either pillable or either rubber. So the pillable or rose joint. So example, we got one of the rose joint, so some people can see. So this is another type of rose joint, and this is for the market for Japan, and that's what they wanted. They wanted this, and you can see the cap is actually locked together. It's not even open. So that is like a Japanese brand of rose joint. So they want it with rose joint. Then that is tailor made what they request or what they require. But what we want to know is when we sell our product, mainly is fast road and track and race use as well. So if people wanted this, then we can make this as well together to go with, whatever they require.
There's so much choice. In fact, while you're talking about pillar balls, we've got a question come in here, Tommy. Can the pillar balls be replaced? Now, we've spoken about this before.
Yes.
Tell us about how you guys manage that.
You can replace the billable, but what happens is you just use a vise and just have to press it out, and then you just do exactly the same thing as you push the pillable back in. The big question is make sure you buy the right size pillable to go back into the arm that it goes in with.
And Swave and Summit can supply these components.
Yes. Whatever we supply on the arms, we will have the pillable to go with it. So another word is if one of the arms is knackered, and example just the pillable's knackered, then we will just sell you the bush on his arm. So same again, like if the arm, one of this is broken, then we will sell you this. We got every single bit that is available, like to the nuts, to the center adjustment, and so we have all the spare bits.
That's useful to know.
Yeah, if we already got the arms, then that means we would have the spare bits to go with it all the way along.
I don't think many other manufacturers will go into that sort of detail of backup and support for components.
Yeah, because this is the trade that we was learning, and for the past 7 years, that's what we are having. Like example of we supplied a trailing arm, adjustable trailing arm, for 86 again, because it's like clients that we have. So this is another one. So this is a GD86 trailing arm with an angle, 15-degree angle. So obviously, you do get a lot of people buying trailing arm, adjustable arms. They are straight, and they're not in a 15-20-degree angle. That's one thing. So imagine this: if somebody bought a set of this for £300, just say, so they say, "Oh, this is broken." So we will have this spare, the whole arm, not this, the whole thing. Or we can have just the bush.
Yeah.
We can have the nuts and this arm itself, the ball joint.
Itself, yeah.
So this is 1 part, 2 part, 3 part, 4 part, 5 parts. So we have
That's
every
really
single
handy,
one,
yeah.
and
Because you say
including
over time you get a split dust cover there. You don't want to replace an arm for that, so that's just useful.
So
that you
what
can do
happens
this.
is we even got the dust cover as well to cover the bush sometimes, because some people may not just want the dust cover. They say, oh, because the joint is getting weak, so I just want to change the joint. So that's what we found out, and then that's why we decided to start having all the little bits and pieces, but not every single one we have. That's a problem. So it's only majority of the fast moving thing that we know is going well, then we will keep them bits. But we may go back to the factory and ask, do you have this in stock? If they do, we can air freight it. We can air freight in in 10 days, it'll be here, but it'll be a lot more. Unfortunately, we have to put the air freight charge on that. Only if they can wait for like a stock order, 6 months.
Yeah, I guess that's to be expected. 6 months, well, that's a long time.
6 months, correct. Unfortunately, that's how it all works. The time they ship it and the time they want to make the order together with other distributors together, you see, to get it shipped out.
So they do like a run of the same product.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
So how are things working in Taiwan now with the virus and things? How's business being affected, Tommy?
They actually not too bad, to be honest. I mean, all the stuff in the factory, and when it actually began at January and February, I think that was the crunch time for them. And now it's like March, April, May. They're all really back to normal. The factories are all running as normal there, but the production is still going for the customers or the distributors are ordering. So they are just progressing and doing it exactly the same. Besides that, I think maybe about 10% is dropped in their side. I mean,
I guess they're ahead of us, so they'll be.
Oh yes, they are.
Board, so.
They are really, really far ahead of us. I mean, obviously, like some factories in China that we know, some good friends of ours, and they're quite good companies, and they do quite good stuff as well. And they just reopened. They only just started to reopen, and they're not in full force. And obviously, they're still monitoring about this virus in the outcome. Unfortunately, I think we're all in the same boat, and it's not in Europe. We are just started in Europe.
Well, that's partly why we're sitting on our laptops. We're a bit stuck. We've got to keep doing something, keep moving ahead. Tell us a bit about the range of products. And looks like you've got a lot of stuff lying around you in your room there. Yes. But what sort of cars are you covering with your range of products in Europe?
Yeah, we actually cover quite a big range. I mean, we start from European, because when we first started, we really only just on Japanese cars models. So mainly all the Japanese cars like Hondas, Subaru, Mitsubishi, blah blah blah, etc. All the Japanese brand that you can think of, the cars, the models that we have. But recently, this 3 years, we're just trying to build up a lot of European cars. So like the Ford Focus, and then you got the BMW, the Mini, the Mercedes AMG A45. So there's certain things, a little bit of the Mustangs, and a bit of Volvo. So we got quite a bit of a Volvo range as well, because the Volvo and the Volvo range with the Ford and the Mazda 3, the same platform. Some of them, they're all the same platform. They use the same chassis. So obviously they're all into use. So it's all to do with the bars. Some of the European cars, we've got like suspension arms. So obviously that is getting quite big. So the range is actually, the list is, I think we mainly hold quite a lot of the stock for Subaru, really. Subaru, Toyota GD86, and quite a bit of the Hondas, especially the new Hondas FK8. So we've got all the FKA stuff. So
are these your biggest markets? So the Impreza, GD86, and the Civic.
Yes, correct. They are the biggest one that we do a lot of Subaru. Very, very strong on Subaru. We kill a lot of Subaru.
In terms of our audience today, hopefully a mix of people, predominantly through Europe. are you covering a lot of Europe? Are there areas of Europe that you're not trading at the moment?
No, we actually. It's funny though. Funny though you asked me that question.
Mhm.
We actually hasn't took out or launch out to Europe because we've always been in the UK, and the only nearest European people that we have is Southern Ireland. I wouldn't say
Okay.
Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland. Southern Ireland is the only one that we actually sell quite a bit of stuff to. And recently, because from 2018 and 2019, we went to Germany to do the World Expo, the Expo show in Cologne. So obviously, lately, these 2 years, we have a lot of European people noticing our brand and the product. That is, we've never seen this company before. Never actually, so far we have a dealer that is in Germany and one in France, and that's it. But we do have a distributor in Holland as well that sells, but they do not keep that much big stock. They only keep certain stocks that they will do to sell.
So there's still room for if there's people in Europe who are looking to maybe add a new product to their company to their portfolio. It might be something of interest.
Yes, that's correct. That's something that we are actually thinking of trying to push a bit more for. Like, it's not a dealer, it's more for distributor, like to be for them to sort out, because at the end of the day is we do not know their market in their country. The only thing I always been in England is always been in the motor trade as well, and I know the market only in England, mainly in England that we sell products to, but maybe 10% or maximum 10 to 20%. It only goes out to Europe, and mainly is only the two countries is France and Germany, and then they sort it out. So in other words, we're just supplying it, and they just as a distributors, and obviously they keep a copy of stock.
What are your plans or Summit and Swave's plans for this year? Obviously, you normally do a lot of the trade shows to push the products. I guess that's going to be on hold for you now.
Yes, it is. I think we're all in the same situation. I mean, like this year, we were supposed to go back to the German show in November, but I don't think we are going to do it now because it's something to do with Brexit as well. We don't know what's actually going on. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to hold 1 year and let all the Brexit and all this virus thing goes away. And in 2021, and hopefully we can go on to do it. Even like 2021 January, the Auto Sport, I was intent to do, actually was going to do this year or 2021 Auto Sport. I was thinking of doing that. Then I thought to myself, really? So I might as well just save some money. And obviously everybody knows Auto Sport is one arm and a leg. The boot space is so expensive, and the outcome is not really effective, because I did Autosport a couple of times already, and it's why we actually go into Autosport to display product is mainly for our dealers that is in England, that we are still here. We're not, disappear or gone.
So we always see your Autosport,
Yeah, correct.
What are the plans for Summit and Swave? Are they looking at new models like the new Supra or the Civic, the Swift, things like this? What are their plans going forward?
Yes, we actually got the factory. Like we have conversation with my partners there. So my partner said we already developed it. We already developed the A90, the new Supra. We already got a couple of products coming out, but they are on the way. But unfortunately, there's 2 sets only. It's going to they're actually going to Frensport.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, we already got 2 sets made. And same again, there's new products coming out that Swaves are making anti-roll bars. So same again with anti-roll bars. But obviously, the anti-roll bar products are only for Taiwan market first. So they want to test the market in their country before they launch out. So in other words, it's mainly for the Far East. And I already got anti-roll bar coming in for the Supra, but that is going to be tested in, with Smith as well.
Some new models, some new product range. I've got a comment here. Dimitri's from Greece. They're already using your products, Tommy, on a Toyota GT86, and it's great to hear they're really happy and pleased with the products, and they're sending you greetings from Greece.
Yes, hi. Is that the gentleman that had we sold him a boot trunk brace and
yes, right, yes. Spiros and Genetius.
Yes.
So they run a lot of Subarus, and they've been actively involved in this group. So it's nice to see them taking part.
Yes.
But maybe tell us if you've got some more information about your Ranger GT86. That'd be nice for them to hear.
Oh yes, we will. So we could start from GT86. I think he's already mainly got some of the stuff that he already got.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of the brand. It's a GT86 side trailing arm. So same again on the arm itself. So this is with rubber or pillable. So if he's using it for quality for racing use, so he will use a pillable one. But where this angle is, where this bit is 15 to 20 degrees drop angle for the leg to go through, where the wheel is doing this way. So it will casting. So that's
these
that's
are made
side.
in a different shape to the original factory one.
Correct. The original factory one is straight. It hasn't got a kink going downwards. So you can see like Cusco and all the other markets products. Their one is different. It's totally different.
Actually, while you're holding that up, it reminds me. I know you haven't got an Impreza one in your hand. I've got one in the reception here, but
I have
the Impreza trailing arm is an open one, whereas your Summit one is a closed box section, so it adds a lot more strength. And we had a lot of guys who were involved in drag racing. They find them they were twisting under load. So with the box section, it was providing that extra strength.
Correct. So what happened is where right, I'm gonna show you a Subaru one. The one you asked me strictly. The one we sell a lot of.
That's the one.
Yeah. So this is the Subaru one. It's first of all, the material steel. This is the latest, it's called a carbon steel material. It's a carbon steel material. So where this is, so the arm itself, you can see there's a bend. I'll show you this way. So there's a bend here. So where this bend is, to bring the wheel out more casting as well. So this is the only. I'm actually happy that nobody actually copied this yet. So that's all. Nobody actually bought and copied it. And obviously, this is something I should not say. Yes, this is the actual way it cuts out in the holes and all the actual welding that actually is folded with 2.2 mil thick of carbon steel to go with it. So it won't actually twist or flex.
I guess there's a bit of compromise with the weight compared to the OEM, but the strength it adds is hugely different.
Oh yes, correct. And obviously the same as well of where this end is. We don't use normal bushes. We use the really heavy duty pillable bushes. And this one actually it works and it lasts a long time. There is a lot of different type of, like we say, different type of material, different type. It's depending what material you're using in the actual bushes. So this is the most expensive bushes that we can put in, and obviously they will last. I mean, one of this kit, it's been on lots of the time attack cars, a lot of time attack race cars and Toyota's sprint cars and Subaru sprint cars. They're all using this type of arm. I mean, obviously there is other market one that actually the arms are totally different from this end. That's what this is.
So I guess with a lot of products you're talking to us about today, it's not adding just only strength, rigidity, but also gives you flexibility of more angle, camber, caster. So it gives you more options, more flexibility. It's not just a strengthening product.
Correct. So another word is if I can give you an example of some of the front tie rod end. Now there's a very good point about this the front tie rod end. There's a lot of aftermarket tie rod ends. So this is a normal cheap eBay tie rod end that a lot of people think they're really good. They won't last. It only lasts maybe an hour, 2 hours. It will snap off. And then this is another aftermarket one, a tie rod end. So you can see it with big ball joint tie rod end. So you can see the tie rod end is actually straight, but this one will be okay for OEM. So basically, it's like an upgrade bushes, but with a different type of material. So I'm going to show you a Swave tie rod end. So this is a Swave tie rod end for a Subaru, and majority of all our tie rod end are in a drop angle with a degree of 15 to 20. So where the steering is, so if anybody knows about motorsport geometry, then they will know. I know now the different Y is.
Yeah, you can see the difference.
Yeah, sorry. I should turn it this way so they can see.
Yeah.
So you can see the difference of it. But by using the tie rod end of this, they must need to use the adjustable ball joint as well. So that is the only way
Taller,
that will work as a kit. They
Mm-hmm.
can't just use this and not use this.
Yes.
So they have to use both together. So same again, even the ball joint on ours, especially in the middle bit, it's a lot bigger and stronger.
It's taller, yeah.
Yeah. And the convention of the build of the bush. So there is a lot of this around in the market. There's a lot of aftermarket one as well, different brands. You know, it's at the end of the day, it's price.
Yeah, we know.
It's
Yeah,
the
exactly.
price.
There are lots of other products in the market. We sell different ones as well, so I'm aware of the differences. Yeah, so it's useful to go through today and look at the quality of the products and why they're different, how they're made. So that's been really helpful.
And then we got one more item that is we sell a lot again. It's called the anti-lift kit for the Subaru. So same again, especially anti-lift kit. There's a lot in the market, and there are lots of different ones in the market as well. So the blue one is not ours. So if you can see, this is the anti-lift kit. So this is like a normal anti-lift kit of the OEM original. So of the original platform. So what they did is they just used that as a platform, but with upgraded bushes, maybe 10 to 15% rubber. And then the Summit one. So this is the Summit one. The Summit one, you can see the casting angle on it.
Yes.
So from that to that, it's a lot of different in it.
Yeah, it's different position. Yeah.
It's a totally different position. But I know there is already a couple of aftermarket ones already copied this style, unfortunately. But we can't stop. But the build of the material, they don't know what material that is, that they can't find out.
So there's a lot of R&D work goes on back at the factory then when they develop these products.
Correct. So it's like some of the R&D that we are doing with some of the British company in the UK, like the company that I just mentioned to you earlier, Magtech Motorsport. So when we got something done, they will test it on their dyno product machine, and then they will twist every single of the build of the aluminium, and it says, Tommy, that is strong enough. You don't need anything stronger than that, because
that's good. So that's good. So they're being developed R&D in Taiwan, built there, tested there, and then you bring them here and you give them to motorsport people to test them again. So they are properly proven before they go out to market.
That's right. And then obviously same again. We do odd like aftermarket, a special order one-off product for motorsport guys, the motorsport company. So some of the motorsport company will say to us, can you, if we give you a 3D drawing and etc., I need you to make us a subsidiary wishbone arm, but this is only to them. So obviously I need to speak to the factory, and then etc. So the factory said, yes, how many do you need? So there is a batch. So this batch only allowed for them to sell to whoever they're selling it to, but we are not allowed to put our name on it or anything, but it's made by us. So example, I show you based on a Ford Focus. Okay, a Ford Focus RS.
Well, while you're on that subject, having bespoke things, there's a question come in saying, hi guys, any possibility for Summit to make front and rear subframes for a classic Impreza? I think Stuart was asking about subframes as well earlier.
No, so actually someone asked us to do the tubeless subframe.
Yes.
I actually thinking of it using, because the tubeless subframe that we use, we'll be using exactly the same material as a T45 roll cage material, but it's more stretchable one. That is for anti-roll bar. Because
we've got a couple of people here interested already in those, so it's worth asking them back at the factory.
Yeah, because we're trying to make for the GC8. I know that they're quite popular for the rear subframe and the front subframe, and the gearbox. There's one for the gearbox as well. And I know there is already a couple of England companies are making them, but they are charging them a bit huge money, I think.
There's a few on the island. There's Momentum make them for Mitsubishi, so they're decent quality products. And there's a UK Subaru manufacturer as well. But it's worth exploring. Yeah.
Correct.
More people
That's
asking about
something maybe.
tubular.
That's right. There's something that we were planning or in the future may have going to get that launch out and do that. And
There you go.
do
You
have
got
the
another request for tubular. So it seems to be the popular choice at the moment.
yeah. So this is an example of the aluminium forge. It's a complete arm for a for Focus RS. So this is a forged material arm, and this is made for a company up north, and it's quite a big Ford motorsport company. We specialize this in for them guys. And obviously they don't use this type of bush. This is just an example of showing it.
This is a product that you've gone back to Taiwan and they've built this for your customer as a bespoke product only for them.
Yeah, it's only like exclusive. So that's an exclusive stuff. So example, we got another like a race team, a race company that runs Volkswagen, that they run in a Volkswagen Cup. So this is another one. It's called it's a Volkswagen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Quite serious
so
looking.
This is the billet. Yeah, this is the billet arm with. Because why they want this is because when they run Civic Cup, I mean the Volkswagen Cup, the Miltech Cup, the original cannot be adjustment, and they have to use with the actual spring cup. Then they're allowed to use this. So we made 200 sets for them, especially for them. And then I think they do sell them to Dubai. They sell a lot to Dubai, apparently. So this is like a one-off product. And this
that's
is
quite interesting. So, because obviously people who are sort of involved in our group are mainly looking at Japanese cars, but there'd be other cars that they're working or involved in. So they can approach you if there's a demand for a certain model, a certain product that's not on the market, something they can explore with you.
Correct. They can actually obviously explore with us, with the dealers that we're involved with as well. So like maybe the dealer has a project to go with us to do it. Says, I have a certain amount from another international customer want to order this, or maybe has a very, very experienced of factories for doing suspension arms. And obviously there is a lot, but there is a lot of fake one as well, and terrible companies as well. So that's what we get out is to be a more of a professional way of stuck with together, working with the reliable people that we know in the industry. Another word is.
Sure. No, it's been really interesting. At least we've covered today. It's been educational for me to look at how they're made, the materials you're using, the different designs, motorsport use, and all the things you've explained has been really, really helpful. Hopefully everyone found that interesting today.
I hope everybody enjoyed the video. With all the products to just explaining. Also, we also have a new product out as well. It's been out for about 9 months now, and we haven't launched it yet. And obviously, a lot of people use it's the universal drop link. So I'm going to show you some of our drop link and other make of drop link as well. So there's 2 brands of drop link.
You must have a million bits lying next to you there, Tommy.
Yes, I already brought everything out what I can think of to show people. A lot of people doesn't understand, even like drop links. Even drop link can be good or bad. So we got, sorry. So okay, here's one type of drop link from eBay that you can buy. Okay, so you can see the actual size of the ball joint. So you can see how small that is.
Yeah.
And how flimsy this is. So this is one of our Swave and Summit ball drop link.
Oh yeah, it's much bigger cup there, yeah.
And then the middle bit is forged. Now, if you can see, there is 2 little black, little green snupple. It's like a tape it. So that will lock the actual thread, so it won't spin. A lot of this, when this like OEM one, they still move. They intend to get loose. So what this does is that little nut it actually screws it in, and it's both
locks
sides.
up against the thread.
So it's got both sides. So this side, sorry. So it's got 4 nuts. It's not only 2. There's both sides. So total there's 4.
Okay, so it's very secure, yeah.
Yeah, into the threads, and then you can see the actual size of the ball joints.
Yeah, quite substantial difference, yeah.
And this bit here, the center bit here, is actually forged aluminium again. And then obviously, same again, we do have spares. on its own.
Okay.
Same again. If one of these collapse, and then we have this, but not the rubber bush. Unfortunately, it's just we will sell this as on its own. And again, it's to do with prices. Again, it's, you know, of the qualities.
There is a difference. But it's interesting for motorsport use. These are the best product in the market. That's the key message today.
So you got another one that I don't want to show the name.
But I think we recognize the color.
Yes, everybody recognizes the color, so you can see that as well. So it's the same. So you can see the size, and you can see the build of the material. Same again. So same again, both sides of the nuts. So that's the whole arm.
I've never seen lock nuts on those threads. So that's really
makes
adds strength to it.
That's right. It just needs to like they're all universal. There are two sizes we do. We do a 10 mm and a 12 mm. They're the very, very common one. And they're from 89 to 90, and then all the way down to 360 to 280. So it's depending what size. The only thing they need to know is just measure the length and the size of the fitting. Is it 10 or 12? And we have them all in stock.
Great.
Yeah.
So just you mentioned stock. I guess you hold quite a lot of stock in the UK. Everything's
we do. We actually do keep quite a bit of stock, fast moving, like suspension arms. Obviously, we can't keep every single car models, but we mainly keep the models that we really keep is Subaru, Toyotas, a bit of Nissan, and Hondas.
Okay.
And also Supras and which one is that one? The Mazda RX-8.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, we do.
It's a fair choice there.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tommy, look, it's been really, really helpful. Thank you very much for joining us today. I hope everyone's found it interesting to look at how these products are made and the differences in the different manufacturing techniques as well.
Correct.
Hopefully we'll have you back.
If they have any question, just obviously send it to you, and now we can answer them, guys. You know, if there any regarding product issues, or if they need any photograph of all the products, they're all with us on image. But unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time to do it on the website yet.
Okay. Right. So people can contact you through us or directly to you, and then you can send them images, prices, and so on if they need more information. That'd be brilliant. Right. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Tommy.
Yeah, thank you, Saj. And if they need any information and everything, what we do is we will forward everything to you guys. Okay.
Brilliant. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on Tuesday for our next interview. Good night.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. Take care.